Unless you're buying organic, you could bet your bottom dollar that there's going to be pesticides on your apples. How many, you say? According to the USDA Pesticide Data Program, there's 47 pesticide residues found on apples. Among them, there's 6 known or probable carcinogens, 16 suspected hormone disruptors, 5 neurotoxins, 6 developmental or reproductive toxins, and 11 honeybee toxins. But that's not the only effect that these pesticides are going to have on you or on your apples. Besides the cancer and the inability to have children and your brain being affected and killing all honeybees, it's also going to affect the aroma of the apples. My name is Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com, and today we're going to look at Test 3, Section 2, number 27. And we're going to start with Sentence 2 to get some context. Sentence 2 reads, while one MCP keeps apples firm and crisp for months, it also limits their scent production. This may not be much of a problem with certain kinds of apples that are not naturally very fragrant, such as Granny Smith, but for apples that are prized for their fruity fragrance, such as Macintosh, this can be a problem with consumers that will reject apples lacking the expected aroma. So, if we look at our answer choices over here, answer choice A, that. You see that there's a comma here before the word that. You don't have a comma before that, so that's how I know I could eliminate answer choice A. Answer choice B is what we would call a comma splice. So when there's a comma in the middle, read before it, see if that could be its own sentence. Read after it, see if that could be its own sentence. If there is an independent clause that is what could be its own sentence before and after, then it's called a comma splice. It's a type of run-on sentence. So let's check for that. This may not be much of a problem with certain kinds of apples that are not naturally very fragrant, such as Granny Smith, but for apples that are prized for their fruity fragrance, such as Macintosh, this can be a problem with consumers. That could be its own sentence. They will reject apples lacking the natural aroma. That could be its own sentence. So answer choice B is a comma splice run-on sentence. We eliminate B. We go to answer choice C. Now, C, the word which, does have a comma before it, but it's still not the right answer. Why, you say? Because if we're talking about people, we have to use who. So answer choice D is your correct answer. I'm going to read it with D in place for good measure. This may not be much of a problem with certain kind of apples that are not naturally very fragrant, such as Granny Smith, but for apples that are prized for their fruity fragrance, such as Macintosh, this can be a problem with consumers who will reject apples lacking the expected aroma. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has trouble with these type of questions, pronouns, or what goes with what. Also, remember, when always goes with time, where always goes with place. If there's any question you'd like to see answered for any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.